Shalom, family. This is Elder Stephan with Elders of Israel, and I'm here with an update. As many of you know, we went and had our anti-hate speech rally outside of Israel United in Christ here in Riverdale, Georgia, right outside of Atlanta. And you know that a lot of the people from Israel United in Christ were saying that we were afraid and that we weren't going to do it, and they made a lot of disparaging remarks against us. But you know, the Most High, He has a way of putting you in the right place at the right time. And on that night, that particular day, Bishop Nathaniel showed up, and you're going to see him on the video. But whenever the prophets came out there and gave him the opportunity to speak, he chose not to. So when a leader becomes cowardice, now we don't want to hear anything about your authority to tell anyone to do anything. If you wanted that authority, you would have stood before your adversary and you would have engaged. But we know why you didn't come, and so do the people. So to sit there now and start telling people you ought to do this, you ought to do that, you won't defend your own foolish doctrine. And so now it's time for the prophets of the Most High to come and teach these people and get these people ready, because you can now see it's almost over. A lot of disparaging remarks was made the following day on their Patient Saints radio show. They made a lot of remarks calling us the garbage pail kids and all this. We was by the dumpster, and you know, we was not prepared and all this other stuff. You know, it's funny how when you start understanding how the spiritual doctrine works, you start to see a lot of similarities in the way that those men from Galilee, who was basically the garbage pail kids of Christ's day, and those Pharisees, like those guys who was sitting up in there in that big building over there where we was crying out, blowing those trumpets for the memorial blowing of the trumpets. That's what that was talking about. The memorial blowing of the trumpets was the prophets out there blowing them trumpets, meaning preaching the word to the wicked. So whenever these guys start making disparaging remarks afterwards, and if anybody saw PSR this weekend, compared to the way they was so arrogant and overconfident when they was talking about us coming out there, because they figured we wouldn't go. Even Shemaiah said, well, I thought they was supposed to blitz us. But then when you saw that Patient Saints radio yesterday, it looked like a funeral. That's right, because what we had done, we had stood bold for the Most High against overwhelming odds. The Most High was with us, and we was blowing those trumpets, and I know they heard it inside that building. All they had was a window separating the word from those people up in there. So now, what happens now? Now you know that those men have no intention of standing before righteous men and defending the lies that they have been telling for all these many years. If you follow a man like that, you are foolish. And whatever the Most High has in store for you, you deserve it. Now, a lot of people are sitting there saying, well, what y'all gonna give us? We ain't giving you nothing but the word. If you coming and joining some organization looking for somebody to feed you or somebody to give you some money, that ain't what the Most High promised you. The Most High promised you the kingdom. The kingdom is his doctrine. If you have that doctrine and you learn to not hate somebody, because that ain't an instantaneous thing. If you learn how not to hate someone, you can get the kingdom. The Most High doesn't have all of these Jewish fables and all this other stuff that y'all believing in. Y'all have to put that stuff away and start learning what he's actually saying. We are here to feed the people with the word. Contrary to popular belief, the spirit is not the sensation you get from eating a York peppermint patty. The spirit is the word. And now it's time for you to start learning about what it's actually saying. What you just saw on this past Saturday was the walls of Jericho falling. It's a metaphor. The Most High said it was going to happen. Rahab is the righteous person that was in that place who's going to end up repenting. It ain't talking about killing somebody. That's the lies y'all been told all these many years. But we should have this video out in the coming days so that you can see the men you serve, the men who encourage you to jeopardize your lives out there teaching their doctrine, but they won't jeopardize their reputation to defend it. We'll be giving you more updates as the days go by. And with that, I bid you shalom.